But yeah, instant pony flatulence. How about that? No, stop filming. Bloody phone. WhatsApp gets on your nerves sometimes, doesn't it? This is Perfect Harvest MLP Studios. Hello everybody and welcome to the show. Yeah, I say everybody rather than every pony because it's not just ponies in this video, as you will find out. Because, well, anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. How are you? All right. So yeah, it's Perfect Harvest here. I know it's only a couple of days since my last video, but I've been to the same charity shop twice, 2 days running this week, mainly because it's on the same site as where my office is. And the people there know that I'm looking out for model cars or ponies or whatever. And I was looking through some of the things and I found some very interesting figures. I could not resist the opportunity to share these with you. Some of these are really interesting. One of them has baffled me and you will find out which one soon. So yeah, let's get into them, shall we? Now, I know that I wasn't born when this cartoon that this character is from was on the air, but I know of him. He's in pop culture and a lot of things. I mean, hell, he was even in a Compare the Market advert on TV once. It's Skeletor from He-Man. I should say that his shoulder pads and his belt weren't actually on this figure. They are originally off this Skeletor figure, which I bought from my mate's shop in Warwick. But as you can clearly see, the one that I bought in the charity shop is much better condition because this one's lost a bit of paint. But luckily, yeah, these are easily clipped on the latches on belts and everything. So yeah, I just had to get him. And I'm also very lucky that the other one that I just showed also still has his original staff as well. So life's a journey, not a destination. So sorry, that's an impression of Skeletor from how he's portrayed in Robot Chicken. But yeah, I just couldn't resist the opportunity to get him. I mean, especially because he was £2. They're a bit difficult to stand up, these figures, because they've got like springs in their legs or something. I'm not really sure. Anyway, he's here and he'll be a good part of my collection. Another thing which I do remember these being on TV when I was a lot younger. Everybody knows these guys. But I never really had toys of them, especially because I think these are some of the original ones. You've got some of the original Power Rangers figures. They're really nice. The joints on the knees in particular are a bit flimsy. I guess that's because of age. I love how they've all got the big screw holes in the back, which by today's standards for action figures, that's the sign of cheapness. But I guess at this time, that was the best that they had. But yeah, so you got the Red Ranger, who's lost a little bit of paint on his visor, the Green Ranger, the White Ranger, who I presume is from a different series, and then obviously the Black Ranger. And one of the things that I like about this, by the way, I apologise because I'm not sure which range these are from. But I'll do a bit of research because they have got manufacturing marks on the back. So I'll do a bit of research and I'll pop it in the credits at the end when I list all the toys that were featured in the video. But one thing I love about these is that you pull their chest cavity open and then they flip out and you can have them without the helmet as well. So there's the Red Ranger. Here is the Green Ranger. Let me just check. Yeah, that is the Green Ranger because he's got brown hair. Here is the White Ranger. Looks like he's got longer hair, or is it a woman? I'm not sure. And then here is the Black Ranger. Oh my god!
I'm not gonna be the Black Ranger this time.
Is that still okay by today's standards? He was the first one out of all of these that I bought because I just thought that his suit's design looked cooler with those colours. Black is more of a ninja colour, isn't it, really? These guys were £2 each, but they were selling them originally for a set, but I bought the black one first, then the white one, and then I thought I can't leave them out. I'm not sure where the other colour ranges are, but these are the only ones that they had, and I just couldn't resist the opportunity to get them, really. And finally, it wouldn't be a charity shop haul video without some ponies. So here we have a G3 pony. There's her cutie mark. This is, I believe, Sunshine Blossom. I cannot remember which range she was from or which set, because I think there was only one figure of her. And whoever had her before has really nicely braided her hair, which looks very nice. Tail isn't actually in too bad condition, really, and she's in a similar pose to the Minty figure that I have. Her mouth looks a bit dirty inside. I don't know what you've been eating, love. Her eyes still look good. I should also mention that she is one of the G3 ponies that has a fixed head position. She's not one of the posable ones. She was about £1, £1.50. So yeah, I couldn't resist her. Another G3 pony that I found in the charity shop is Pinkie Pie. Just regular G3 Pinkie Pie, really. She's a slightly darker colour than the one that I already had. I guess that's more show accurate to how she is in the cartoon. The one that I did have had a little necklace that was painted on but only halfway, whereas this one doesn't. It's just a plain one, and she's got sort of a not metallic, well, kind of a metallic finish, really. And I believe she was from a 4-pack of ponies that came with DVDs. And I think I have the Starcatcher figure from that set as well. But yeah, she's one of the G3 ponies that has a posable head, and her hair being G3, it's not the best condition, especially because it's got a bit of tinsel in it. But other than that, just pretty standard Pinkie Pie, and a really nice one. Here's a G4 brushable I found. Rarity. Not in the best condition, because she's one of these ones that has the mad amount of tinsel in her hair. But apart from that, oh yeah, and she's got a bit of dirt, which I've only just noticed ingrained in her right hoof. That would never do, darling. So there's her cutie mark. Her tail has actually been tied up in a knot, but it is like a real bird's nest on the end. That is really frizzy. It feels like almost like a brush of some sort. But I believe, I've done a bit of research on MLP merch, and she is, I believe, from the Rainbow Power Singles line. I've just noticed she's got a bit of dirt in her ear. You need a cotton bud for that, Rarity. I thought you were all about hygiene, but anyway, yeah, I know she's not in the best condition, but she was cheap, and yeah, I'm a compulsive buyer, so she had to come home with me. Yet another MLP find that I found in that same charity shop is Fluttershy. Now, I know I've got loads of Fluttershys, and I know her hair is in a right mess. It's not actually too frizzy, it's just a bit tangled up, really. Yeah, but I thought to myself, well, she looks a bit darker than usual, and I thought with all the cutie marks, she was one of the cutie mark magic ones. But I bought her, and I looked her up on MLP merch, and it turns out she's from the Rainbow Power Neon Singles wave. I didn't know there was a neon wave of brushables. That's really interesting. But yeah, I mean, I can't really see any scuff marks on her body or face, but like I say, hair is a bit tangled, but I'm not too bothered about that. She was 25p, so you're not going to argue with that, really, are you? Rummaging around in the same box where I found Skeletor, I found a Pinkie Pie blind bag figure, specifically a one that I don't have, because this is the one from Wave 12, I believe, which was the Cutie Mark Magic range, and she's one of the Cutie Mark Magic main 6 figures. She's got all her Cutie Mark going down her left side, typical Hasbro, not on her right side, but then she's got yellow going through her mane and tail, which makes her look like something's gone wrong while she's been painting, which, knowing Pinkie Pie, that's not out the realms of fantasy, really. So, but yeah, she was 25p. I could not resist that. And another thing that I found in the same box as the Pinkie Pie and Skeletor is this. I am intrigued by this. At first glance, it is an Equestria Girls Minis Applejack from the fall formal set. She's in her fall formal dress. What if I were to tell you that she has 0 points of articulation? You cannot turn her head, her arms do not move, and her legs do not move. Because of that though, the plus side of that is she can stand on her own without actually using a stand. Although if you did want a stand, she does have the peg holes in her feet. But she is made of really, really hard plastic. Her hair is really rough. There's lots of sprue cut out, but her face, the moulding on her face is actually done pretty nicely, and there's lots of nice printing. Her dress looks a bit darker than I usually remember, but I'm led to believe that this is a fakie. And actually, this reminds me, a couple of weeks ago, I was looking in the same charity shop, and there was a similar Equestria Girls Minis Flash Sentry figure. He got his guitar, he got the right colours and everything, but he had 0 points of articulation as well. I didn't know that this existed. Well, obviously not, because it's probably a fakie, but it's one of the better fakies, you know, not in terms of quality, because, you know, she's, like I say, yeah, that's not great quality, that. And can anybody provide any information, any fakie experts? I need to know. Just for comparison, here is this Applejack next to my Equestria Girls Minis original Applejack, and oh my god, I didn't realise there was a size difference. I thought she was pretty accurate. Yeah, I mean, I know this one's on a stand. Let me just take her off. Yeah, there is definitely a size difference by about a centimetre. Wow. What a strange thing this is. But yeah, again, let's see which one can stand up on its own. No prizes there for guessing which one. AJ, do you have anything to say about this?
What in tarnation?
Yep, I thought you'd say that. Now, something else which I've found in a different charity shop in the past 2 weeks. It's Corgi, and I've shown Corgi toys on this channel before, but for anybody who grew up in the UK, particularly in the 90s, you may remember a little series of books about Eddie Stobart truck called Steady Eddie, and Corgi did all the toys of the characters from Steady Eddie, and I had all of them, and I've bought some of them back over the years, but they also did smaller sized ones. I've already got one, but here's the one that I found from the charity shop. So this is Loretta Lorry. You can see there it clearly says Corgi on the bottom, and she's, apart from the metal screws and the metal on the axles, she's pretty much all plastic. Very, very light, you know, not too high quality, but she's supposed to have that cartoony look like they did in the books. But yeah, this is just huge nostalgia for me, because like I said, I had all the toys when I was little. I had quite a few of the books, and I even had some videos of Steady Eddie as well. So yeah, that was huge nostalgia. I'm still amazed that I've actually managed to get Skeletor to stand up on his own. But yeah, anyway, this is the charity shop haul over the past 2 weeks. Thank you very much for watching this charity shop haul. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like it and you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment if you fancy, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next video, whenever that will be. Cheers guys, take care.
And you'll open up your window and you'll suddenly find that a peanut has knocked on your door. It doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense, but if you understand this, then you're mad. It doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense, and the singing is also quite bad.